Welcome to the Lucas Oil Western Classic. This is the Wild West Bass Pro-Am Championship for our 2017 season. We've got all of our professional and co-anglers out on sunny, hot September Las Vegas Lake Mead, right, Gary? It's roasting out there, am I right?
No, you're wrong. Big time wrong. What we've got is a little bit of nice, cool little breeze and about an inch of rain, about an inch a minute at times during today.
Yeah, every other hour.
Yeah, about every other hour we get a squall that comes through, and we had one set on us this morning for a couple hours that put a lot of water down. So it's not a typical Lake Mead 110-degree day.
Well, thank you all for joining us at home on the interwebs and here in the crowd, braving the thunderstorms and the rain and all the wind that we have intermittently. My name is Craig Gottwals. This is Gary Dobbins. We are the Wild West Bass Trail. We'll be here today, tomorrow, and Sunday, all 3 days, starting at 1:30 p.m. We do this pregame show for you, and then at 2 o'clock we go ahead and we start weighing in these fish, and we'll have all of our anglers fishing today and tomorrow, and then Sunday, what do we do, Mr. Dobbins?
Sunday we're cutting to the top 10 pros and top 10 co's, and somebody's going to win a lot of money, and two fully rigged Ranger Evinrude Lowrance package boats. So a lot of stuff happening. Sunday's going to be a really good day, and the fish are biting, and it's going to be great.
So our pregame show here for you this weekend is called Last Cast, and it's brought to you by Evinrude Outboard Motors. We thank Evinrude for sponsoring this show. We're live on Facebook, and then for those of you who want to catch up later, they will be posted on YouTube later in the day. So for those of you watching on internet TVs with those handy-dandy apps, you will be able to watch it on YouTube in HD. And who doesn't want to see Gary in HD, right? I don't think
Thanks,
she does.
Buddy. She's the cutest. That's the cutest spectator right there. I'm trying to get her to come up here. She's got such an awesome jersey on, but she's being real shy with me.
She don't want to come up and be on TV. No, come on up here. Come on and say hi to the cameras. This is Big Fish Manny Navarez's little sister. Big Bass Manny Navarez's little sister. What's your name, young lady?
Belle.
Belle? And who are you rooting for to win this event?
Manny.
Manny, because he's your brother, right?
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of a nepotism thing going on here.
Yeah.
That's right. She doesn't know that word, but she knows that's what's going on. What grade are you?
Second.
Second. And do you like to fish?
Yes.
So how long before your mom and dad put you in the back seat of a Wild West Bass Trail tournament?
I do not know.
Not know, but I think, 15? What's the age? 14 years old. So you don't have that far to go. How old are you?
7.
You're 7. So you only got 7 more years.
And she is the cutest in the crowd, I promise you.
You win the award. Gary has awarded you the cutest in the crowd. What do you think of that?
Good.
All right, you go back.
Thank you
go back
for
and see your
joining
mama.
us, Belle. Thank you so much. Guys, I mean, really the weather is kind of a story here. Last year when we were here about a month later, right, Gary? And it was hot. I mean, it was 100 to 110 every day. Not a little bit of wind some of the days, but hot and sticky. There was no rain.
No, it was completely different weather, and it's completely different everything, to be honest with you. I mean, last year it was really, really tough. You know, the anglers were struggling, and anglers were crying. Anglers were wanting to go home, and this year everybody thinks they're going to win. So, I mean, everybody's catching fish, and it's just, if the fishermen are catching them, it doesn't matter how ugly the weather is, fishermen are happy.
Yeah, that was a big change for us this year. I showed up the day before the tournament. I talked to Gary. I talked to a number of our anglers yesterday, and last year we obviously had guys saying to me, even our winner said to me last year, Bryant Smith, our 2016 champion, last year at this time he approached me right before the tournament and he said, Craig, promise me that we're cutting this field to 10 boats on the last day. And I said, no, we're fishing all the field all 3 days. And he got this dejected look on his face, and I said, why? You're not catching them? He said, no, I've only caught 2 bass all week in pre-fish, and I really want to head home Sunday morning. But he ended up winning that tournament. So that's just how tough that bite was and how much things can change here.
You know, Lake Mead, it's the fairest fishery we have. I think anywhere in the country, but definitely in the West.
Fairest, you mean most even playing field?
The most even playing field. I mean, we've had as many guys out of Northern Cal win it as we've had, win, all the major events down here. And there's been a lot of them over the years. I mean, BASS, the very first Bassmasters Classic they had on Lake Mead. Or was that Powell? I mean, I might be off on that one.
I think it was Mead.
I think it was Mead as well. But there's been a lot. I mean, BASS is here. FLW's been here a lot. Of course, it's the home of the U.S. Open. There's just a lot of big events here. But it's a very fair fishery. But it's not easy, and you can't do the same thing for 3 days and catch them. I promise you, whoever wins this event will not be doing the same thing in the same areas all 3 days. It just doesn't work that way on Lake Mead.
Right, and one of the things that has changed year over year is that a lot of those guys that were having a hard time catching a limit last year, they caught them pretty well in practice this year. In fact, you think maybe some of those guys caught them too well, huh?
I think some of them do. I mean, one guy told me he had 17-pound bag. That's a
for
really
1 day?
For 1 day, 17-pound bag. That's a giant bag on Lake Mead, and you should not stick that many fish. You need to stick a fish or fold your hooks over. A lot of these guys are throwing topwater, and you don't really need to stick those fish because when they eat it, you get a good enough look at them. You can tell, it's a pretty good fish. And so I think some of our anglers have really hurt themselves by sticking too many fish. I really believe that. I don't like to show the fish the baits. I like to get in an area and say, okay, I'm going to fish this area, and I want gone, and I want to be looking for some new stuff. But I think some of the anglers have hurt themselves. A lot of their guys don't have a lot of experience on Lake Mead, and that's true.
After getting their head kicked in a little bit last year, they probably felt kind of good about sticking some fish this year in practice. It just may not have been the best strategy.
Very, very true. And fishermen, guys, I mean, they like to catch fish. I mean, that's what they're here for. But Lake Mead is a place that you need to save them. I mean, you just can't, unless they're really rat packing up and schooling up really good, and they're just now really coming in. The fish have been hanging out, offshore, deep water. And for some reason, in the last couple of weeks, they've made a really drastic change. I mean, just a great change, not a drastic, a great change. And they've moved to the bank. The water's up 5 feet. So we got a lot of salt cedars. We got a lot of, little willow bushes, a lot of cover, and the fish are in them in the backs of the pockets. And just a big change. But there's not going to be huge amounts of fish in the back of every one of those pockets. There's going to be 1 or 2, maybe 3.
So you got to move around.
You got to move around.
The other thing that this changed is, you had the high pressure and all the heat last year, and everybody's struggling to catch fish. Guys catching them this year, no doubt. What does that mean with respect to specifically the rain? I mean, because if you're watching at home, I mean, right now it's not raining at the second, and it might not rain for an hour or two, but then when it does rain, as Gary said, it pours. I mean, it absolutely dumps. You get an inch in an hour quickly. And then it stops, and it'll stop for an hour or two. How do these fish react on this lake to the rain versus the non-rain?
I mean, anytime you can break light penetration, it's a plus, always. So, I mean, we got heavy cloud cover at times. It's blowing in and out. We got rain. Anything to break that light penetration, especially in these clear fisheries, is a plus. The thing that's hard to gauge is we're getting lightning at times, and sometimes it doesn't affect the fish, and sometimes it does. And there's just, honestly, you just got to fish and figure it out. But if the lightning's affecting them, you might have to drop down and fish a little deeper and stuff. But I really suspect we really haven't had much lightning except for early this morning. And heavy rain does nothing but help that reaction bait bite. And what that's going to do, it's going to increase the size of our limits of fish that we're going to see. And it makes them a lot easier to catch, and it's going to be a lot better for the no-boaters fishing out of the back. The guy in the front's throwing a spook or a topwater bait. The guy behind him can throw a spinner bait and catch a lot of fish that's not reacting to that spook. So it's really good conditions.
So if you were fishing this tournament, Gary, you'd be noodling a Senko and a drop shot is what I take, right?
Yeah, with my trolling motor on 70%, running down the bank like a wild man, throwing a spook, spinnerbait, and a heavy jig, fishing it really, really fast. Yeah. And I probably wouldn't throw any other baits. And the bite's really good. I was so impressed when so many anglers come up and told me, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm like, yeah, I've already heard that 12 or 13 times. You got to get in the list because there's one winner.
Well, what are they wishing for, Gary? What are they angling for? What's on the line out there? So we're going to award a pro and a co-champion, and we know it's an over 100% payback tournament. Obviously, what are we fishing for first place on both sides? Obviously, these beautiful trophies, right? This is the pro trophy, and we've got the co-trophy over here to the side, a little smaller version.
Hey, there's always bragging rights with every event. I mean, there's always bragging rights, and I mean, I've heard guys say, "The money's great, give me the wood." You know, the winner of this side, if he's Ranger compliant, will win a Z520 with a 250 Evinrude G2 HO with Lowrance Electronics. It's a big package.
What that's MSRP on a package like that?
It's going to be over 80,000.
Wow.
It's a great package. On the co-angler side, they're fishing for, if they're compliant, they're fishing for a 175 with a 150 HO on it. Awesome package as well. And dude, somebody's going to win a lot of money. And then 100% cash payback from second down through the field. It's going to be a great event. A lot of fish caught. I expect it to be a lot of fun. I mean, if fish are getting caught, the anglers are happy, and things are good.
Well, now we know a lot of our field obviously are compliant Ranger Cup folks. What if a guy is fishing this boat out of another company boat and he's not Ranger compliant? What kind of boat can they win?
The co-angler is the RT 188 with the 115 HO and 518 Z518 on the pro side. If he's not compliant, still, I mean, it's still $50,000 boat.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not chump change. Somebody's going to win a lot of money.
Yeah. That's exciting. And we're going to crown that champion here Sunday afternoon. And this, like we said, we will cut to the top 10 on Sunday this year. Last year we didn't. That's a change this year. So going out Sunday morning, we'll have all the normal parade coming through here. We'll have all of you, 1,000, 2,000 viewers that come out just for the blast-off, folks. It's unbelievable how the Wild West Bass Trail has grown globally. I mean, we've got people fishing our events from... what was it, New Zealand or South America? We had somebody from Australia.
No, we've had Australians.
We've had Australia. I'm not making it up.
We've had Japan.
We've had Japan,
yeah.
Australia. We've got to have had Canada and Mexico, right?
Gotta be.
Gotta be. We just throw them in there. It's a global spectacle, folks, focused in the western United States. And a little tiny bit more about Lake Mead before we go to our break here. Lake Mead is massive. For those of us from the western United States, those of us that fish a lot in Clear Lake, the Delta, Shasta, Oroville, Lake Mead is like 4 or 5 times the size of our biggest lakes out there. But Lake Mead it's actually only the 25th biggest lake in the country. Puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
It does. But the thing about it is, it has to be part of the fisherman's game plan. You cannot backtrack on this lake. You cannot swap arms on this lake. I mean, you'll waste hours doing it. So you have to pick an area and pretty much fish it and marry it, and fish your way up and maybe fish your way back. But you're not going to fish the end of the Overton and run up to the end of Greg's Basin, run down the Vegas Wash. I mean, you're going to spend all your time driving a boat, and you're going to be looking for gas stations.
Yeah. Any other nuggets about Lake Mead as far as strategy for fishing it, size of it, what you would expect in an event like this before we hit that break, Gary?
One of the cool things about Lake Mead is it's massive, but there's fish everywhere. I mean, you can't sit here and say it's going to be one in this part of the lake because it's just not true. I mean, it can be literally one anywhere on this body of water, so it spreads the anglers out. So you don't have guys fishing on top of one another. Some of the bodies of water, like Clear Lake, for example, we end up with just rat packs of boats, in one little area. And it's hard on the fishermen. It's not as much fun. It kind of sucks, to be honest with you.
Right.
This is just the opposite. The guys are spread out, and you can literally catch them anywhere.
Yeah, you don't get those tight wads of honey holes, if you will, which is nice as an angler. Folks, we are going to take a quick break. This is Last Cast presented by Evinrude.
future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole other level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine Products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
And the rain lets up and the crowd grows, folks. This is fantastic. I mean, this could be record-setting for any bass tournament in the state of Nevada ever. I don't know, Gary. What do you think?
Looks good to me, buddy. Hey, love spectators.
At least for the cutest fan award, which we had up here in the first segment, for sure.
Yeah, she's a hands-down winner.
Hands-down winner.
Got to be the jersey.
She had a beautiful purple jersey. It said what kind? No, it was orange. It was a Dobbins jersey. That's what it was. It's been a season, my friend. It's been another season in the books. We're 2 in now. This is almost we have a team championship in October, which gets a little bit less fanfare than the Pro-Am events, but does draw a lot of boats. This is, unofficially, I guess we could say, the end of our season. It's been a good season. We've had new champions. We've done a little bit on some different waters. And here we are. We've got a points leader race to talk about, right?
We do. We've got a few guys right in the top that have been tough all year long, and you just can't stumble. If you stumble in one event, you will not have a shot at Angler of the Year. And we've got some guys that are fishing really, really well, and I'll let you start, but I tell you that Ty Al has just been very impressive all year.
Ty Al has had a fantastic season, folks. I mean, Angler of the Year is everybody wants to win a big event. Everybody wants to win an event because that's when you win a lot of money, you win a lot of notoriety right at that moment. But I think for the anglers themselves and the bragging rights and knowing what really means you are the best angler for that year, it's this title, right? It's the Angler of the Year.
Yeah, it is, because you have to fish, well all year long. You can't stumble. And an Angler of the Year to me is, honestly, a guy can get lucky and win a tournament. He really can. He can get lucky and find a school of fish or get a really, really big bite and win an event. It happens. You don't get lucky and get Angler of the Year. You fish well all year, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah. It's been a fun season, and you hit it right on the head. Let's go through our at least our tops points standings, folks, here. So again, folks, at this event, we're going to crown the champion of the event, which will be that Ranger boat package we spoke about. But we're also going to crown an Angler of the Year, and that's just as special in many, many ways. Maybe not as much money, but you got the accolades. And right now, a guy who's had the best year by far, he's coming into this event with looks like a 22-point lead, is Ty Al with 738 points on the year so far.
Ty's impressed me all year long, to be honest. We've hit bodies of water when he's not really familiar with them, and I'm thinking, this one Ty's going to struggle in, and I know what he's doing. He's talked to me. I know what he's doing, where he's doing it.
We've watched him at times.
We've watched him, and I'm like, he's gonna struggle, and then he comes in with a big bag of fish at the end of the day. So I am going to quit betting against Ty.
Probably a good practice for you. Another guy, wow, he backs up his I'm going to call it his rookie season with us anyway. I know he wasn't a pure rookie, but he was darn near a rookie, a very young man. He came to this event last year we spoke about. He told me he only caught 2 fish in pre-fish. He wanted to go home. He didn't want to stay and fish. I mean, at least on day 3. He figured he was going to not make the cut. He won this event last year. He is 22 points behind Tyau. He's coming in at 716 points, and that's Bryant Smith out of Castro Valley, California.
You know, I've said many times, Bryant just impresses me. His mechanics are so strong. I mean, he's a young angler. He's a big strapping guy, but his mechanics.
Those are the words, exactly. Yeah, look at the way that guy fishes, dude. He's a big old strapping young man.
It's
a little creepy, but it's okay.
He can cast left-handed, right-handed. He uses big rods.
Yeah, how many guys do that?
Not many. I'm telling you, I promise you, I'm not one of them. But he's just a phenomenal fisherman. His mechanics are so strong. And he's a reaction bait fisherman, which honestly kind of steals my heart right there. I mean, I love the guys that fish fast and goes for it. And this was his first big win in his career was last year. But when we watched him at the Delta for the first time last year, you know, I said, man, that guy's special. He's got a lot of talent. His mechanics are so strong. And I remember telling Richard, I said, man, I was really impressed by Bryant. He said, Dad, you have no idea. That guy's going to win a lot of tournaments and a lot of money. And then he goes on to win the championship, and he's sitting in second place in the points this year. Not a fluke.
Yeah,
Bryant Smith's the real deal.
And in third place is another guy who is the real deal. He's only 3 points behind Bryant, so he's sitting at 713 points. He hails from the beautiful Oaks of Oakdale, California. I've seen pictures of this guy fishing tournaments years ago when he looked like a kid fresh out of high school, and that is Randy Pearson.
I've never forgive Randy for beating me for a boat one time many years ago where I was right behind him. Randy's always been a great fisherman. No matter where he goes, we fished bodies of water this year that he's never been on. He actually didn't get hardly any practice time. He run out there for a couple hours and run around and come back in just because of his work schedule. But Randy's another guy. I would never root against Randy Pearson. That guy is a real deal when it comes to a fishing rod in his hand, and he's catching them. He's just always there. I mean, he's always in the top of the points race. He's just a stud. That's all there is to it. Great fisherman.
Yeah, and well, we'll get to the fourth guy before I make that comment. We'll go down in fourth place. Again, right there, if Ty were to stumble, 3 points behind Randy with 710 points coming in is Northern California's very own, the husband of Tara Borofka, and that's Jason Borofka.
I think Tara taught Jason everything he knows.
That's clear. Very clear.
And you know, Jason's had a great year too, but he's a very strong fisherman. He's a reaction type fisherman. He loves to flip, but he flips and covers a lot of water. Great mechanics as well. You know, younger guy. You know, he's just a phenomenal fisherman. I've watched him for years. He catches them. He's just a great fisherman, and he seems to always be there. And he just about pulled a win off at Clear Lake this year. If it had been one more day, Jason, I believe, would have won.
Yeah, and he, you know, one thing in common about all of our top 4 guys, we've got, you know, Ty Al, Bryant Smith, Randy Pearson, Jason Borofka, 1 through 4. Those guys go everywhere we go. If it's a lake they've never been to, they don't care. If it's a lake they've been to 20 times, of course they love it. They travel, they fish. They don't worry about, hey, can I cash a check here or there? They know they can cash a check anywhere. And 3 of them from Northern California, 1 of them from Arizona, every one of them a consummate pro. Really going to be an interesting battle here this week, Gary. I mean, Ty's got a good lead. I mean, 22 points going into the last tournament's a good lead, but right behind him, those other 3 guys, they're all within 6 points of each other.
You know, they are, and you know, I'll tell you, the very first Angler of the Year title that I ever won, I went into the last event down 76 points, and both the guys in front of me bombed out, and I won. So, I mean,
wow,
it's very possible. I mean, you've got to catch them. I'll tell you, Lake Mead is the great equalizer. You know, it's just, you're on them, and they'll zig right, you'll zig left, and you got an empty live well at the end of the day. I mean, do I expect Ty to do that? I don't, because he's fishing really well. When you're fishing good things happen to you. But Ty cannot stub his toe because he's got 3 powerful studs sitting right behind him waiting. He stubs his toe, they're going to take his trophy.
Yeah, and just 2 more guys I want to throw out. I want to forget them because they're right there too at 704 and 699 points are Alex Tran out of San Jose, California, and Jason Cordiali, who also comes to us from the San Francisco Bay Area.
And Cordiali was our Northern Pro-Am Angler of the Year last year.
He won the Angler of the Year last year. That's right.
he is a phenomenal fisherman. He claims to be a light line guy, but I mean, I watch him, very versatile angler. He's as good with a flipping stick and a crankbait, jerkbait, and everything as he is with his light line. He tells me he's a light line fisherman. I just hardly ever see him throwing light line.
Now, can he work a jerkbait as well as Alex Tran did at Clear Lake this year?
Boy, I picked on Alex. Alex is one of those guys. This guy's got a smile on his face 24 hours a day.
Ear to ear.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that I love to cut up with. I threaten to kill him and all this good stuff. I mean, he's just a great guy. He's so much fun to be around, and he's a great fisherman.
He's the happiest man in bass fishing.
He is without a doubt. I mean, he's always got a smile on his face. I mean, everybody loves Alex Tran. He's just a great competitor, great fisherman, but he's just that guy that is just, I mean, a smile on his face 24 hours a day. Everybody loves Alex. You got to root for him. He's a great guy.
Yep, absolutely. Well, the pro anglers are not the only ones fishing out here this week, folks. We also have a great group of future professional anglers. These are our co-anglers, and I think a lot of these guys will be probably stepping up to the front of the boat and running a boat in the future years with the Wild West Bass Trail. So we start off at the top with 736 points. First place coming into this event is Roy Des Mangles. Second place coming into the event with 733 points is Brandon Smith. Third place coming into the event was the gentleman who led for most of the year before this event, and that was Robert Nicholson with 730 points. And that's a pretty tight grouping right there in the top three. Guys, all separated by 3 points apiece.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. I mean, they
no comfy leads for this one.
That race is going to come down to the last weigh-in. That's what that's going to come down to. They're just neck and neck and neck, and you know, for them it's very stressful. For us, it's awesome because we like the competition. We hate to see a clear runaway like we're doing with Ty right now. But those guys they're always in it year after year. They're great fishermen. You know, they know how to adjust and fish behind the pro anglers. And they've done it, most of those guys, all those guys really have done it for many years. They're very accomplished anglers. And the thing about it is they've learned how to fish behind the pros. And that's what makes these guys so deadly.
Yeah, I know Roy Des Mangles and Robert Nicholson are guys that they may not step to the front of the boat. Those are guys that are career co-anglers. They like it. It fits their schedule. It fits their work needs. And they're very good at it.
And, you know, they don't have to invest the time. They don't have to have a boat. I mean, it's just... And again, they've learned to fish behind the pros, and we've done seminars and we've talked about that, and it's actually a great topic, and we could spend hours and hours and hours talking on them. But they're just very, very good at it. They are guys that are probably not going to move up. They like what they do. They put fun number one, you know, and a great attitude fishing is probably the best thing you can have, because when you get down, nothing good ever happens. You know, when you're upbeat, things good happen. When you're down in the dumps, it just seems like even if you get that big bite, he comes off. It's just the way it works. Fishing mojo.
Yeah, when you're down, it's hard as heck as an angler, as somebody who talks to anglers. It's hard to do it. But when you're down, when things aren't going well out there, the best thought you can have is, hey, I'm not sitting at a desk in a cubicle. I'm out here. So what the heck, right? Everything's better than that.
I've still got 3 hours to go. I can catch a lot of fish in 3 hours.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of tournaments won and lost on the last cast. So you just can't give up. You just keep fishing. But being positive and thinking, tournament fishing, any fishing is a thinking game. But tournament fishing is really you have to have a game plan, but you can't marry it. You got to make adjustments. Things will change. The weather will change. Something will happen. All of a sudden they're using a certain kind of rock and points, and so it's a thinking game, and honestly, that's really what separates the better anglers, you know, from a good angler.
Well, he said last cast. You said last cast, right? I heard you say that. You said it.
I did say
you said last cast. Well, it almost is the last cast for these guys. In fact, some of our guys have already made the last cast. Other guys are still going to weigh in over the next or come in over the next half hour or so. We're going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to come back and give you our predictions for the event. This is Last Cast, presented by Evinrude. We will be right back.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evan Rudy Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evan Rudy Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evanrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine Products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
Welcome back to Last Cast, presented by Evinrude. I'm Craig, he's Gary, and we are the Wild West Bass Trail. It is about 6 minutes after 2 o'clock here locally, which means our first flights are coming in and just tying up at the docks. They will be coming up here to weigh their fish shortly. We've got flights coming in all the way to, what, 2:45 or 2:30?
2:30.
2:30 today, Gary. So, and that's a little earlier. We went out pretty early this morning, and the permits had us in it too. Is that right?
That is correct. We're fishing 6 to 2, 8 hours, and big body of water, a lot of running. So you gotta make good use of your time for sure.
Yeah, we have some GPS tracking technology out on the water with our anglers, and obviously we're not going to be showing you any of that information today or tomorrow. But Sunday, we will give you a little bit of a taste test and show you where some of these guys were fishing. That's the last day of the tournament, last half hour of the tournament. We feel comfortable putting that out on the internet. And then when our TV show airs later in the season, you'll be able to see exactly where some of these guys caught their fish, not only here at Lake Mead, but also on the Delta, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
We're gonna spill all the beans.
When I this morning I was putting GPS trackers in boats with some of our staff here, and I said to Robert Lee, I said, "Now, Robert, this is a GPS tracker. We're going to know where you are and what you're doing this whole tournament." And he said, "Oh, great." And I said, "You want to see what it looks like?" And he said, "Sure." So I showed him a screenshot on my phone of where all the guys started on the last day at the Delta. And he said, "Hey, feel free to email that to me." And I said, "No, you got to watch the TV show to get that." And I said, "But Mr. Dobbins sure enjoys having it early." You want to be on TV? That's part of the price you pay, anglers. Couple more co-anglers. We got a little bit more time before we get our anglers up here and do our picks, Gary. So 2 more co-anglers I want to throw out to you. I mean, because the points are so tight on the co-side. Coming in fourth, coming into this event, is Jesse Parks with 275 points. And coming in fifth is Jacob Scholl with 274 points. So even the fifth place angler is only 12 points behind Roy Des Mangles for the Angler of the Year. Couple of those guys. Jacob Scholl really jumps out at me, Gary. We've watched him fish a few times this year. We've seen him, the way he carries himself around the events, the way he represents his sponsors, the sport. He, to me, looks like an up-and-comer in the game.
You know, he does. He's a good fisherman, and he's fished well all year. And the cool thing about the Wild West format is the co's catch their fish. This is not a combined weight deal.
Right.
So I mean, these guys have to catch their fish. They have to learn to fish behind the pro, take leftovers basically. They're taking leftovers, and they have to learn.
They call them sloppy seconds.
Yeah, they have to figure out how to catch them. You know, the fish that the pros are fishing over the top of, and he's very, very good at it. Another name, you know, we got to throw out here is last year's champion, Rocky Ward.
Absolutely.
You know, great guy, you know, phenomenal guy, really, and he won last year, and he's pretty confident again this year. He's Jig's been traveling partner, and he's a great guy, and he's catching them.
Go Rocky. I think it's that time, Gary. I think this is the time that we go ahead and we make our picks. This one's a little different, though. This is the Power Poll predictions. And it's not just the event, but also Angler of the Year, because we got really 2 tournaments going on here today.
Yeah, and well, I get first pick. Gosh,
Yeah,
dang,
yeah, this
is really. I got to think about this now. Let me think about this.
He's the content expert, right? I'm just the good looks of the operation, is what I'm told. And so he has all the information, and he gets to go first. That doesn't sound fair to me,
I don't
but
see a thing wrong with it.
yeah, all
I'll
right.
take every advantage just like a
All
bass
right, so
fisherman.
why don't you start?
I think I'm going to
with
dip Ty Al.
Oh, okay. So
Hey,
you're.
hey, he's the leader. I've bet against Ty all year. I've got to quit betting against the guy. I mean, I've bet against him all year long. He's hitting bodies of water he's not familiar with, and he's weighing big bags of fish. He's fishing extremely well. I am going to quit betting against Ty Al.
Well, that's a pretty good pick, Gary. That's a pretty good pick.
Not bad.
Are you going to give me a 22-point spread on that too?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, all right. I guess I don't get the point spread. That's a good pick because Ty's got the lead coming into this event. I'm going to go, obviously it'd be the easy pick for me to say I'm going to pick the second place guy, which is Bryant Smith. But, I remember from statistics back in college that it's not so likely that you would win 2 in a row. I know that that's a little bit of a myth, but it's hard to put 2 championships together in a row. And as much as I think Bryant's a great fisherman, I think this guy's hungrier. He had a conflict and he had to miss our Clear Lake event. He wants to win so bad. He travels with an entourage. I see him sitting out here right now. They travel with him everywhere he goes. The guy, he's really like a rock star. I feel kind of honored to stand next to him when he comes up to weigh his fish. And that's Randy Pearson. I think Randy is going to take home Angler of the Year. How about that?
Dude, I tell you, I don't bet against Randy neither. He's a phenomenal fisherman, and again, he always has a good year. Randy's just not having a good year. Randy always has a good year. But it's just hard to come out to be that one single Angler of the Year winner. Randy's right there every year, and he's probably going to stay right there every year. I mean, unless he just absolutely, runs into a brick wall in a tournament and knocks him out of the race early in the year or something. Otherwise, Randy's going to always be there. He's too good a fisherman.
Yeah, so that's our Angler of the Year predictions, our power poll predictions for the Angler of the Year, but this is the special event where we get to make another set of predictions. We each get to pick 3 anglers that we think will win this particular event, which opens up a whole nother can of worms. Are we going to let you go first in this one, too? I guess we are, since you teased them last night.
Sounds good. I mean,
So this is 3 to win the event.
3 to win the event. Well, gosh, I tell you, I'm going to have to go with Ty Al. I can't not sit there and say he's going to get Angler of the Year. I still think he's got a good chance to win the event. The guy has been second place so many times in the last 2 years. He is due for a win. And he's been the runner-up. I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure, 6 or 7 times in 2 years. He has got second, and second place sucks, and he is sick of it. So I'd vote. I really, really think Ty's got a good chance to win. Robert Lee is another pick. Okay, Robert
currently in 18th in the Angler of the Year points.
He is, and the reason I pick Robert, honestly, is I fished against him for a lot of years on this body of water, and he likes to fish the same way I do, throwing a spook in topwater, and he fishes for it. He goes for broke. Robert's going to catch him or not catch him. Topwater bites on, so that's the reason I'm picking Robert. And my third one, it's hard for me to not say Bryant Smith, but I'm going to change. I said Bryant yesterday, but I tell you what, there's another angler here. I'm going Roy Hawk. I mean, Roy is he's
got the
another
rooting
guy.
section
He catches them everywhere he goes, and he's such a nice guy, and he's a phenomenal fisherman. We both in an event here last year. We looked at each other as past champions on this body of water, and no one got whipped worse than me and Roy last year. And we looked at each other and said, "This really, really sucks. I can't wait for next year." Roy Hawk's got a shot.
All right. Well, I'm going to make a change too then, since we're making changes right here on the fly. I'm gonna make a change since the production meeting as well.
You need some help?
Darn you! No, I don't. I don't need help, Mr. Dobbins. I think if we were to go back and look at the records on Last Cast over the year, I am beating you in the overall on these points.
Ain't no way. No.
That's a challenge to the fan base. You guys out there in internet land tabulate who has more points in their predictions over the season, and just for doing that, Gary Dobbins will give you a Colt rod.
I sure will, and if I win, I'll give you 2.
So you got to go back over the whole season of Last Cast, take our 3 picks, and do a point standing on each of those 3. That's worth a Colt rod to you out in internet land. 2 Colt rods if he wins, but it's just going to be 1 Colt rod because I've won, I can tell you. All right, I'm going to make my 3 picks. Well, Randy Pearson, obviously, right? I picked him as Angler of the Year. The guy is going to catch him here this week. You know, and we don't come into this totally blind. We've got a little tiny bit of information about what's going on out there. So, you know, we're hedging our bets. We got Randy Pearson. My second choice, I'm dropping down to 10th in Angler of the Year standings, Justin Kerr. That's my surprise for you. That's the one that you didn't know.
That's a bad pick.
That one hurts you right there.
That one hurts
right.
me.
That one hurts
That
you.
one hurts me. Yeah,
that one hurts you.
Justin's not a guy to bet against.
I'm going to change again, dude. I'm going to go with another guy we put a tracker on this morning. Number 12 in Angler of the Year, Anthony Salazar. Those are my three picks. Anthony Salazar, Randy Pearson, and Justin Kerr. You're going down, buddy.
I don't know. I will give you this. Great picks. I mean, great picks. We got a lot of great anglers to pick from, and you did a great job. I mean, better than you normally do.
Wow, I'm going to end on that because he never says nice things to me. So he's Gary Dobbins. I'm Craig Gottwals. This is the Wild West Bass Trail. We're going to be back up here in about 5-10 minutes to start weighing these fish. This has been Last Cast, brought to you by Evinrude.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine Products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin.
Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
Welcome to the Lucas Oil Western Classic. This is the Wild West Bass Championship for 2017 in the Pro-Am division. I'm Craig Gottwalls. You will have Mr. Dobbins up here assisting in this weigh-in process. It's been a fantastic tournament so far through pre-fish, through the pre-tournament meeting. Hopefully you were able to join us for Last Cast with Evan Rude that will be at 1:30 p.m. every day this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are going live on Facebook with Last Cast and with this weigh-in. And then we will put that material up on YouTube later in the day. It'll be a higher resolution feed so that you can see every gray hair and wrinkle on Mr. Dobbins that you might want to see. We've got some people to thank for this event. First and foremost, thank you, the crowd. Look at you guys coming out here in this weather. Yeah, thank you. For those of you just tuning in, we've had hot, sunny skies like we have right now at the moment, and then if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, because it'll start pouring and hailing any minute, and then after that, we'll get lightning and then wind, and then it'll get sunny again, and that's been the pattern every 90 minutes all day. So, this is our classic. We want to thank some people. Before I get to thanking our sponsors, I want to announce that Fish and Game will be providing a free boat wash to anybody who wants it Saturday and Sunday after your fishing days in parking lot C. Again, Fish and Game free boat wash for anybody who wants it Saturday and Sunday parking lot C after the fishing day. We are hosted here by the Fiesta Henderson Hotel and Casino and the city of Henderson, Nevada. Thank you so much for all the hospitality you've shown us. Specifically right here, we're at the Cauville Bay Marina, which is fantastic. It's been so nice to have them there with the grill, the store, the lounge, everything. Our tournament director is Mr. Gary Dobbins, as you probably know and have met. Our pro anglers are fishing for a Z518 Evinrude with a 150, a Z518 Ranger with a 150 Evinrude on it. If they are qualified for Ranger Cup, that upgrades to a Z520 with an Evinrude G2 250 on it. Our co-anglers are fishing for an RT Evinrude with an RT 150 Ranger with an Evinrude 115 on it. And if they're Ranger Cup qualified, that upgrades to a Ranger Z 175 boat with a 115 Evinrude on it. And now our sponsors. Our hosts are fantastic. You guys are the best. We've got sponsors that support us to every city we go to, and we'd like to thank them for, I guess, just the second to last time this year. We're going to do it one more time next month for the team championship. Lucas Oil, Protect the Harvest, General Tire, Ranger Boats, Evinrude Outboards, Costa, A&M Graphics, Lowrance, Super Clean, Dobbins Rods, P-Line, Gary Yamamoto, Gator Guards, Power Pole, and Ben Green Insurance. Without further ado, folks, are you ready to see some fish? I've already got people talking in my ear. We've got 7-pounders coming up right now in this first flight, folks. No joke. Let's bring our first boat up to the scale. We've got Mr. Bill Kuntz coming up. Bill Kuntz. Welcome up here, Bill.
How's it going?
Looks like it was a little tougher day for you, huh?
Typical Mead for me.
Typical Mead for Mr. Kuntz. Bill's going to weigh in one fish for, boy, I don't want to calm down. It's a lively, healthy Ranger fish. Ranger live well fish, huh, Bill? And that fish is going to tip the scales at 140, 1.40. Tough day, man. We hope you have a better day, too.
Can't get worse, buddy.
Can't get worse. Thank you. One man weighed, one fish weighed. Our current leader has a pound 40. I think we might have better over there. We'll see. Coming up next, boat number 52, Bryant Smith. Bryant Smith's fish coming up to the scales. Bryant is tending to some technological stuff he's got to deal with. So we're going to weigh Bryant's bag of fish right now. Bryant's out of Castro Valley, California. He won this tournament last year, and it's 832 for Bryant's limit, 832. Now, coming into the tournament, you said that's enough to keep you alive.
Oh, it is still enough to keep you alive.
Still enough to keep you alive, says Gary. All right, moving on through. Looks like I got Nick Salvucci coming up next. Boat 10, Nick Salvucci coming up next. Boat 10. Somebody told me you got a big one in there, Nick. Is that true?
Yeah, I got one big one.
One big one? Pretty tough day? Or a good day?
Could have been better.
Well, your whole bag of fish is going to go 1160, and you got a big one you want to weigh, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. All right, let's weigh up that big one. I'll let you pick the big one out. We'll zero out the scales for you. Nice fish, Nick. Look at that big fish. Big fish of the tournament so far early on, 679 for Nick Salvucci. Hold that up and get a couple pictures of it, Nick. And it's day one of the tournament, so I'm sure what Nick wants to do is tell everybody out there exactly how he caught that fish, right, Nick?
Sure.
You'll tell us on Saturday or Sunday, right? Thanks, Nick. Best of luck to you in this event. Coming up next, Mr. David Cole coming to the scales. David coming out of Northern California. Beautiful jersey on, David.
That's it's better than I was last year. I blanked on the first day last year, so it's a better start.
It's absolutely better than a blank. This bag of fish is 369, David, 369. Better luck tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Robert Cozine coming up next out of boat number 3. Robert Cozine. 2 fish for Robert? Tough day, huh, Robert? This is a nice shirt, though. I like that Cal Bears shirt. 2 fish come to the scales, Robert. Those 2 fish are going to weigh 4.02. 4.02. Tough day, huh?
Yeah, it's a fun day.
Better luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
Coming up next, I think I heard somebody tell me it's boat 11, Ryan Tripp, coming to the scales. Ryan Tripp. Ryan is one of our Ranger boat representatives out here in the western U.S. Is there a limit in there, Ryan? Is there a limit?
No, I'm one short.
One short of a limit. We got 4 keepers coming to the scale for Ryan Tripp. We're going to weigh those fish up. Ranger live wells, Ranger boat. 785 for Ryan Tripp. And did I hear you got a big one you want to weigh?
That ain't that big, but I'm going to weigh him.
Let's weigh them up. Pick them out of there. I'll throw your zeroing device in. Nice fish, Ryan. Nice largemouth coming to the scales. That fish goes 1/100th less than 3 pounds. 299. 299. Good start, Ryan. You're absolutely still in it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all you guys do. Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you. Ryan Chambers. Okay, Ryan Chambers coming up. Ryan Chambers coming to the scales out of boat 11. His bag of fish is going to go 286. 286 for Ryan Chambers. Best of luck tomorrow, Ryan. We'd like to thank Cawville Bay Marina, the City of Henderson, the Fiesta Henderson. Been great hosts to us so far this week. Our week is just getting going. We'll be here every day, 1:30 p.m. for the pregame show, 2 o'clock for the weigh-in on Facebook Live. You can always catch this stuff later on in the day on our YouTube channel and our website, wildwestbasstrail.com. Dick Watson comes to the scales. Boat number 14. Is there a limit in there, Dick? I missed it.
Absolutely.
He's got a limit, and it's a good limit, Dick.
Oh.
866.
We had a great day today. Had a lot of fun. Both myself and my limit with fish, and we had probably 13 keepers between us. So it was a good day. We got all the elements. That we had hail, we had heat, we had wind, we had rain.
Good start to the day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Good job, buddy. Thank you.
Coming up next, boat 14, Chris Van Cleef coming to the scales. Looks like we might have a limit there too, huh, Chris?
Sure did.
Sure got a limit. Let's see what they weigh. Chris's limit is going to go, well, with Gary leaning on it, they go real good. Whoa, got lively. Lively. We know where you're going to be near, but we're not exactly sure yet. We got these healthy fish with this storm and the cool water, man. They're a lot livelier than they were last year. This limit of fish goes 677. 677, Chris. Nice job. Best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Jason Borofka, come on up here, Jason. We talked about you on the pregame show. You're way up there in the points. You have a chance at winning Angler of the Year. You have a chance at winning this event. It looks like you have a pretty good bag to start with, my friend. You do. I think if I'm not mistaken, that's first or second right now. 1068, Jason. 1068. Pretty good day, huh?
Man, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was an awesome day. You know, I have my big Evan Root 250 on there, and I was about 8th boat out. By the time I got where I was at, I had no one behind me. Picked up my rod. I had a limit before the next boat got to me. It was an awesome day, and I stopped at 10 o'clock and just went pre-fishing to find some more fish for tomorrow.
Look at you. Now, could you see that? You are 92 100ths between our leader, Nick Salvucci, who's got 1160. You're sitting in second place. Granted, we've only weighed 7 people, but it's a good start, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Austin Beaujour coming up next. Austin Beaujour. Boat number 13. Good day out there. It looks like you got a limit.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was done about 10. Same with Jason. I just
started pre-fishing, huh?
Yeah, sat around, ate some lunch, and
another good limit for Austin. 1160's leading it. Ooh, now you're in second. 1147. 1147. A good start to your tournament. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 1160's leading it. Austin Beaujour in second now. Coming to the scales, Philip Rosner coming on up. Philip, how was your day, buddy? Tough day.
I have a limit.
You do have a limit, and it looks like not a bad limit, man.
I'm not worried about it. I'll go get him tomorrow. I know the lake well enough. I can run around and catch him. So.
Solid limit for day one, 990 in your limit. That puts you into 4th place early in the standings. Nicely done. We'll see you tomorrow, Philip. Coming up next, Dink Mendez. Dink Mendez, boat number 16. Dink's got a big old bag of fish coming on up. You got his limit of 1.
Yeah, got my limit of 1.
And that fish is not a dink. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper.
That fish goes 131, Dink, 131. We know you want better. We know you will do better tomorrow. Best of luck. Uh-oh, one of Gary's picks for this event. One of Gary's picks to win this event. Coming up next, out of Arizona, Mr. Roy Hawk coming to the scales. Roy fishes coast to coast. He fishes every pro circuit there is. He's one of the top professionals across this nation. You got a limit there, Roy?
I do, a small limit. Glad to get them. It was we caught a ton of fish today with stripers and little bass, and had a great time with Tara. And
right now the leader is 1160, and you're coming in with a solid day one of 922. You're going to be right up there. You certainly didn't hurt yourself on day one at all.
No, glad to get it, and look forward to getting out there tomorrow. I want to say hi to all my friends, family, and I'll get to see my wife. She'll be up in a couple hours. So
perfect. We'll see you tomorrow. Best of luck, Roy. Tara Borofka was fishing with Roy in the back of Roy's boat. She was probably coaching him up the way she coaches up her husband, Jason Borofka. We went over that in the pregame show. Do you have a limit, Tara?
No, I caught 4.
4 fish. Not quite a limit, but 4 in the back of the boat. Still a good feat, especially on this lake. Yeah, you're right up there, Tara. 759 for your 4 fish. 759, which, Tara, early in this tournament, that has you leading on the co-side. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to weigh a big fish, too. Go ahead and put it in, and I'll put this bag right on top of it. Oh, that's a nice big fish. Look at that one. Tara's big fish is going to go 306, and that is big fish on the co-angler side of this tournament so far. Nicely done, Tara. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds great.
Bye-bye. Coming up next, David Valdivia. Coming up next, David out of boat 12. We got a bag of 5 there, David?
Yeah, 5 small ones.
5 small ones, but right now it's only 1160 to lead, so a limit is good. 717 for David Valdivia. We will see you tomorrow, David. Good start. Nick Welton. I like to call him Nick the Stick Welton coming up next. He is law officer enforcement. He comes to us from Central California. He had a few great tournaments with us this year on the co-angler side of things. Did you have a good day out there, Nick?
I did. We caught lots of fish.
How many in that bag?
There's only 3.
Only 3 in the bag. A lot of stripers and off species.
Lots of stripers.
Those fish go 468. 468. Good start to the tournament. Not going to kill you. You're right up there on the co-angler side. Thanks, Nick. Best of luck. Coming to the scales again. It sounds like we got Doug Slayton With one fish, did I hear, Doug? One fish. Well, you know what? It's better than no fish.
Hey, that's the next best thing to no fish.
It's the next best thing to no fish. That's right. It's the next best thing. Doug's fish is going to weigh 181. 181. Best of luck to you tomorrow, Doug.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you then.
All right, guys, thanks.
Robert Zumwalt comes to the scales next. He's out of boat 9. Robert Zumwalt. Looks like it was a little bit of a tough day out there, huh, Robert? That bass is going to go onto the scales, and that bass is going to weigh 186. 186 for that fish. Better luck tomorrow, Robert. I like the hat. It's a good-looking Ranger hat right there. That's a beautiful hat. Somebody ought to grab me one of those hats. Justin Patty coming to the scales next out of boat 2. Uh-oh. Justin's got a co-pilot. What's your name, sir?
Jace.
Jace. Do you go fishing with Daddy ever, Jace?
He's actually been talking about going fishing here, so we might have to go back to the condo and fish in.
Well, let's throw him on the scales and make your bag a little bigger. 146 for his bag. 146. Better luck tomorrow, Justin. And we look forward to seeing you out here soon, Jace. Bye-bye. Bill O'Shin out of boat number 33 coming up next. Bill O'Shin, I-Rod Angler, River to Sea, Picasso. Looks like you got a pretty good bag there, Bill.
Yeah, you know, I had a great day out there. I caught a ton of fish. Just had a good time, so it was fun.
You did have a good day. You are the new leader, my friend. 1350. 1350. Do you have a big one we need to weigh? We got one big one to weigh. Nice day. It's a great start to the tournament. 1350, new leader, Bill O'Shin. Uh-oh. Going to weigh up a largemouth. It won't be our first biggest fish, but it'll be one of our big fish so far. Go ahead, put it in first. I'll put it on top so he doesn't do that. That big fish is 337. 337, which is going to be second big fish so far. Second big fish so far on the pro side. We pay 5 on each? Just 5 total or 5 on each? Nicholas Markert coming up. Nicholas Markert out of boat 33. Tough day out there, huh, Nick?
It was tough for me, but it was fun watching Bill smash him.
Bill did smash him. Nicholas Markert comes in with 337 on the co-angler side, which is going to have you sitting in first place on the co-angler side. That's first place early in the game. Early in the game. It's first so far on the co-angler side, but it's unless it was big fish. Maybe I was looking at. Yeah. Oh, there he is, the happiest man in bass fishing. Alex Tran. Alex Tran. How many in there, Alex? 2. Oh, no.
Oh, no. You can't get them all in the boat.
We bragged you up on the pregame show, Alex. Those 2 fish are going to go 297. 297. You going to do better tomorrow?
I am. Tomorrow, my trim's out right now, but hopefully I get to my spot tomorrow.
Excellent. Best of luck tomorrow. Yeah. See you then, Alex. Carl Limbrick coming up next. Carl Limbrick coming to the scales out of boat 18. Hey, Carl.
Hey, how you doing?
Looks like it was a really stingy day out on Lake Mead, huh?
Yeah, Lake Mead's tough on me.
You got some nice fish, though. Those fish are going to go 531. 531 for Carl Limbrick. Best of luck to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you then. Our current co-angling point leader coming into this event. He hails from Rockland, California. We call him the professor. Why? Well, because he teaches at a university. Mr. Roy Des Mangles. Ranger Boats Pro Roy Des Mangles. Let me get it right.
Well, not a pro.
Ranger Boat Professional Co-Angling Roy Des Mangles. Roy coming in, that's a limit, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a limit going 861, which I think has you. Yep, now you're leading on the co-angler side, obviously. Tara Barofka in second. Chris Van Cleef in third. Good start, Roy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Doing nothing to hurt his lead in Angler of the Year. Tom Leadham coming up next. Tom Leadham.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, Tom? How many in there? 5?
We got 4.
4. 4 fish in the bag for Tom. Right now, Bill O'Shin is leading the event with 1350. Nick Salvucci's in second with 1160. Tom comes in with good bag. 925. Good bag. Boy, if you had the how big was the one that got away, Tom?
It was 2.5, 3, but it would have put me up.
Would have put you right there up near first.
That's all right. I need some sun. We didn't have much of it today. I got all these fish in the 2 hours we had sun. Tomorrow, if it's sunny, look out.
And then Sunday too, baby, huh? All right. Hobby Nelson coming up next. Hobby Nelson out of boat number 1. Fishing with us as a pro angler. Right now he's chasing Bill O'Shin with 1350. Bill O'Shin with 1350. Looks like a limit in there, huh, Hobby? 4 in the bag for Hobby Nelson. 4 lean, mean, fighting fish in there. Hobby's bag of 4 is going to go 729. 729. Hobby, better luck to you tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, I got some boat problems. I got to get those fixed. If I get those fixed, I'm on the right fit.
Get them cleaned up. Yeah. Good luck. Coming up next, Dan Cranston. Dan Cranston coming to the scales next. Dan's fishing with us as a co-angler, and he's got a light bag. A light bag coming to the scale. You got to fish, though. 174 as a co-angler. We're going to wish you better luck tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Jim Hawks coming up next. Jim Hawks, you got a limit there, Jim?
Yeah, I caught a lot of fish today. Just had a hard time finding the big one, but caught a bunch.
Well, our leader is Bill O'Shin with 13.5 pounds, and you're coming in with a solid bag. Your limit's going to go 967. 967 has you right up there in the hunt for tomorrow.
Good deal. Looking forward to it.
We'll see you then. We're going to go ahead now and kick it to Angie in our Costa Ranger Dobbins Boat Corner.
Hi, guys. I'm here with our leader, Bill O'Shin, and he has 13.5 pounds. So how was it out there? Was it an early bite for you?
You know what? It started a little bit slow, but I was prepared for that with the weather change, and I just waited it out, and I stayed in my area, but you know, it was just solid. I was getting 4 bites an hour, you know, and I was moving around, but I left them. You know, I left them at noon. I didn't kill my water. I think I can do it again tomorrow.
What time? Can you tell us how you caught him?
Moving fast. That's all I'll say. Moving fast. Reaction bites.
And did the weather have any impact on these fish?
It did a little bit in practice. I was actually seeing a little better bites with the sun. The sun here is better, actually, other than, you know, most other places, when it's cloudy and windy, that's great. But here, the sun and calm is good. So anyway, once the sun peaked out, I told my co-angler, I said, sun's coming out, watch this. Boom. You know, and that was my biggest fish of the day. And after that, it just kept going. So it was an awesome day.
All right. Good job today. Good luck tomorrow. Back to you, Craig.
Thank you, Angie, coming to us from the Dobbins Dungeon. That's what we're going to call that section for this tournament. The Dobbins Dungeon. We've got the Dobbins boat in the background. Excellent. Excellent job from Mr. O'Shin and Angie Morgan. Bill is leading this tournament with 13.5 pounds. Right back to our weigh-in. We've got a Sacra tomato angler, hardcore bass fishing, Dobbins rods, Costa sunglasses, and that is Mr. Jason Bradshaw. Jason's had a great season with us. He has been right up near the top of our leaderboard just about every event we've had. Looks like today was a little tougher, huh, Jason?
Yeah, it was. Just like the other guys said before me, I needed the sun. The clouds, I didn't know how to change, and that's obvious. But
well, if you needed the sun, all you got to do is wait 20 minutes because it keeps coming and going. 3:15 for your fish, Jason. 3:15. We're going to wish you better luck tomorrow, man. Thank you. Thank you. It's sunny now, folks, for those of you watching at home. It keeps going sunny, cloudy, rainy, sunny, cloudy, rainy. Quite the trip here in Las Vegas. Chris Raines coming up next. Chris Raines coming to the scale. That looks like a good bag, Chris.
Yeah, I was fortunate to get some bites today.
There's a limit in there, right?
Yes.
We got a limit of fish for Chris Raines. He's looking for the lead here. And he's not going to have the lead, but wait, is he going to have the lead? He's going to have the lead. 8:57, Chris. Our new co-angler leader. Nicely done. Best of luck to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see you then. Coming to the scales next, pro angler. I picked him to win this event. I picked him to be Angler of the Year, Randy Pearson. Randy, no pressure, man. Gary went ahead and picked the front runners, so I had to go with my gut, and that was you. How'd you do today?
Hopefully I didn't disappoint you.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did, buddy. 13:39 is going to have you solidly in second place. You're only 11 100ths behind our leader now, Randy. Why don't you go ahead and pick a big fish? And then we're going to have you go ahead and tell everybody here how you caught those fish, right? Just kidding.
No, it was kind of a strange day. I abandoned my pattern.
390. Sorry to cut you off. 390. Go ahead. Dobbins will take care of the fish.
Did you want a picture? Okay. No, this morning I had a plan, and the wind was totally not what I expected. So I abandoned everything as I was driving. Just kind of went with something. I wasn't really sure if it worked out, and it all worked out. So I had a great day.
So not only are you in second place, only by 11 100ths, that was second biggest fish on the pro side as well before the screen turned.
Oh, good.
That sounds good, huh? Best of luck tomorrow. Thank you. All right, coming up next, one of our co-anglers to watch from the pregame show, if you watched us today, and that's Mr. Jacob Scholl out of boat number 30. Jacob came up right near the top of our, I think, 5th place in Angler of the Year standings. Am I right, Jason? Tougher day for you, 343, but on the co-angler side, that doesn't have you out of it by any means.
No, it was a tough day. I caught a lot of little fish. I mean, there was a lot of 12, 11 inchers that I caught behind Randy. Randy's just a vacuum. He caught all the big fish early in the morning, and I was just stuck back there to pick up the little ones behind him, but thankful for what I got to help me for tomorrow.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Best of luck then. Garrett Howard coming up next. Garrett Howard, how was your day out there, Garrett?
It was pretty good. It was a little tough, but I'm happy with what I got. My first zone was completely blown out.
Good bag, Garrett. 1090 on the pro side is going to have you sitting in 5th place now. 5th place early in the standings. Nicely done.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Bill O'Shin is leading with 13.5 pounds. Coming up next, we got Ron Hammett coming in with a smaller, a more petite, feisty bag of fish. Ron Hammett's weighing 141 for Ron, 141. Best of luck tomorrow, Ron. Nice hat. I like that hat. It's a good-looking Ranger hat. Dante Ray coming up next. Dante comes to us from Reno, Nevada. He's one of your Nevada anglers. Dante catches fish as a co-angler everywhere we go. He's a wonderful professional to have on circuit with us, a wonderful professional co-angler. Ranger boats, Costa sunglasses. 3 or 4 in there, Dante. 3 fish in the bag. You're looking for 836 to be a leader. You're not going to be there, but you're well up the co-angling standings at 541, Dante. Nicely done.
I'll take it. Great day out there with Ron Hammett. Didn't really get a lot of bites, but capitalized on what I got, and one more day to fight at him.
Awesome. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Dante. Coming up next, Matt Shura coming to the scales. Matt Shura. Looks like he's got a pretty good bag of fish, huh, Matt?
Yeah, I got a limit today. I'm really happy with this.
A limit's a good start.
Had a tough practice, so I'm happy to have 5.
Well, you're well up the leaderboard with 977. 977 is going to have you sitting in about 7th place, if I saw that quickly enough.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, 7th place for Matt Shura right now as we go through it. Leading is Bill O'Shin with 1350. Randy Pearson's in second with 1339. 3rd place is Nick Salvucci with the big fish of 679, and Nick's got a total of 1160. Andrew Napoleon coming up next. Andrew from A&M Graphics fishing with us here. Andrew, looks like a bag of fish that you might want to be bigger, but it's not going to hurt you. 583.
It was a good day today. Beautiful weather. Had some rain. It was nice. Never got caught in a storm. It was a good time. Very thankful for everything. Thankful for Wild West. Want to say thank you to my wife, my family, and all the crew back home, A&M Graphics. Hoping to do better tomorrow, boss.
Well, you will, and thank you and AM Graphics for all you do for us. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, Andrew. Brad Smith coming up next. Brad Smith, folks, there aren't better professionals than Brad Smith in this circuit. He volunteers to help out on Sunday every time he's not in the top 10, and he's in the top 10 enough, but he's here to help a lot, and we really appreciate that, Brad. Small bag for you, 271 coming in. We know you're going to do better tomorrow, right?
I got to do better than that.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Brad. Brad helps us out everywhere we go. He drives from the San Diego area. It's always a long drive for him. He never complains. He just shows up, fishes, and helps out. Mike Molyneux. Thank you, Mike. Saving my bacon. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Mike's bag of fish is going to go 140. 140 for those fish. Best of luck to you tomorrow. Thank you. Coming to us out of the great state of Washington, Sean Minderman had a great finish on the Delta with us last year. Coming to our championship here. Sean Minderman's got a bag. How many in that bag, Sean?
There's 5.
I have one little one. I couldn't get rid of him. It was a good day. It was a lot. It was really interesting with the weather this morning and the lightning storms and the rain and the wind across the main basin.
Well, you're going to have a good bag that's going to have you on our top 10. 988 is actually going to put you in 7th place right now, early in the proceedings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. He travels the farthest. Yeah, coming from Washington for all of our events. He doesn't hurt for getting miles on the vehicle. Kevin Finley coming up next. Kevin Finley coming to us right out of Arizona here. Got a bag there of, is it 5, Kevin?
Yeah, I got 5, so.
5's a good start. Nice bassy voice, too. You got the good pipes for radio.
I've done a little radio, believe it or not.
I believe it. Listen to that guy. 822. Give me more of that voice.
Well, I need to do better tomorrow.
Yeah, you do. But that's a good start. 822 has you in 14th place. 14th place. Not bad. Ralph and Cizo coming up. Ralph, how was it out there, man?
It started off slow for us. The wind was really pushing.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Your bag was 771. We'll get him on the water. Tell me about that run now.
We made a long run all the way up into the end of Greg's, and man, the wind was really pushing in there, and I had to change from what I caught him on pre-fishing, so just pulled out some moving baits and covered some water and managed to get five of those small keepers in the boat.
Best of luck to you tomorrow. See you then, Ralph. Thank you. Coming up next, Travis Jewell coming to the scales. Travis Jewell at a boat 28. Looks like a light bag, huh, Travis?
Yeah, light bag today. Lost a giant on a drop shot, 6-pound test, and he just snapped the line. So
Ooh, losing a big one's tough. Ralph's a co-angler. He's got 332 fishing with us. 332. It's going to have him in 10th place on the co-angling side so far. See you tomorrow, Travis. Vince Hurtado coming to the scales next. Vince Hurtado is boat 26. Hey, Vince, how you doing? You got a limit there, or it looks like one shy?
No, I got a limit.
You got a limit. Okay, I missed it. My bad.
I wish it was a little bigger.
You wish it was a little bigger? A limit alone is really good right now. It's very helpful. 840. 840 is going to have you 14th, it looks like. 14th place. Not a bad start. Oh, we got a good co-angler weight coming up. We're teased by Vince. Thank you, Vince. Seth Myers coming up next, and this might be the co-angler we heard. Yep, that's the one. Seth, looks like you got a good bag there.
Had a good run today. No complaints here.
5 in the bag, right?
Correct.
How many times you call?
I called 3 times.
So good day. You catch any stripers too?
Surprisingly, no.
All right. So 8 bass today, or 3 calls. 1038 is going to be a new leader on the co-angler side. 1038 for Seth Myers. Nicely done, Seth.
Thank you. I'd like to weigh a big fish too.
Oh, let's do that. Absolutely. Big fish on the co-angling side is 306, I think it was. 306. Can we go back to the co's? 306 on the co's. Go ahead. Throw it in and I'll put this right on top. Yeah, that's going to do it, I think. 306 was our big fish on the co-anglers. Now it's going to go to 388. New big fish for the co-anglers and a new leader. Very nicely done, my friend. We will see you tomorrow. That was Seth Myers. This is Clayton Eastlick, right? Thank you, sir. Coming up, Clayton. How we go? We got 5 in there.
Yeah, we got 5. It was pretty windy out there this morning, though. So.
Windy, hail, lightning, rain.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm running a Ranger boat, though. That's for sure.
Very helpful. That limit's going to go 867. 867 is going to have you in the hunt for this tournament. Best of luck tomorrow. Boat 19. Co-angler, you got to give me a new screen here. That is not you. What is your name, sir?
Robin O.
Robin O. There it is, Robin O. Co-angler coming in. 196 for the day for Robin O. 196. Better luck tomorrow, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. We've got screen freezage. Jay Wright coming to the scales next. Jay Wright, another Ranger Boat Pro coming to us. Costa sunglasses. We love that, Jay. How was it out there, man?
It was different today. Smallmouth didn't bite very good, but I kind of corrected, and I did okay. I don't know. What do we got?
That's a good bag, my friend. 11 pounds even is going to have you in 5th place on the pro side. 5th place on the pro side.
Yeah, it was fun. In the morning, it was real interesting. I lost my head a little bit.
Yeah, we had some crazy weather out there. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Dustin Knopfsinger coming to the scales left. Fishing with us as a co-angler, Dustin Knopfsinger. How many in the bag, Dustin?
I got 4 today.
4 in the bag on the coast side is a good day to start with. And you got a nice weight on the coast side. 681, Dustin. 681 is going to have you sitting in 5th place on the coast side right now. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, Dustin. Jimmy Savoini coming up next, right here out of Arizona. I guess we're not in Arizona. I shouldn't say that. Right here from.
We're not in Arizona anymore.
Close enough. Close enough for a California boy.
So I'm going to tell you a story. So if you think the fishing's good at Lake Mead, just wait 12 hours, and then you'll see. Now, I'll tell you what. Not
451 for that bag.
Not fishing enough, on a daily basis, weekly basis. I had a good practice, high sun. The fish were had to be set up a certain way. And it took me till about noon to figure out that there was a couple little key elements that weren't happening. And so I went and scrounged up 3 little smallmouth and just
379 is the big fish. 390 is the second big fish so far on the pro side. Go ahead and put him in. That's a good-looking big largemouth. That's going to be in our top 5, I'm sure. 370 is going to be in our top 5. That's going to be the third biggest fish so far on the pro side. Nicely done. We'll get pictures of that down off the side of the stage for you. Aaron Say comes to the stage next. Aaron Say. Looks like we got 3, 2, no 1. Oh, I keep going down. Sorry, Aaron. Gary's taking fish out of the bag. One fish goes 172. 172 for Aaron Say. Better luck tomorrow, Aaron.
All right,
Thank you. Robert Lee coming up next. Robert Lee has a limit of fish in there, and I'm probably no smallmouth, right, Robert?
Oh, I didn't fish for him today. It's too cloudy. I can't catch these fish when it's cloudy, so I went for largemouth today. Tomorrow, if it's sunny, I got some smallmouth there. I'll try that.
Look at you. Look at you broadening the horizons, going for the smallies. Robert Lee coming in with a limit. It's going to have him near the top of our leaderboard. 956 for Robert. 956 is going to have him in 13th place, I believe, if I saw that correct, Robert. 13th place. Nicely done. See you tomorrow. Dustin Robinson coming in out of Phoenix, Arizona in boat 50. How's it going, Dustin? Good. Looks like 4?
Yes, sir.
4 in the bag for Dustin, and those fish are going to go 757. 757. Nicely done. Better luck tomorrow, or keep doing the same, really. Thank you. Again, we want to thank Cawville Marina, Dobbins Rods, Ranger Boats, Protect the Harvest, General Tire, Yamamoto Baits, A&M Graphic, Evinrude Outboards, absolutely, Power Pole. Local angler for you, a professional from right here in Las Vegas, Kevin Wiggins comes to the scales. Good day out there, Kevin?
No, for me, it was a tough day. Well, we caught 8 fish today. I lost a couple of good ones, but only got 3 in the boat today.
3 in the bag, and those go $491 for Kevin. $491. We'll see you tomorrow, sir. Thank you. Chris Johnson coming up next. Chris Johnson coming to us. He's fishing with us as a co-angler, right, Chris? Yes, sir. I got that right. Chris's bag of fish is going to go. Good bag. Not a bad bag on the co-side at all. 673. 673 is going to have you sitting in 8th place on the co-side. 8th place. Thank you. Coming out of San Diego, California, he travels a long way for us all the time. Mr. Mark Ronzon coming to the scales. Ranger Boat Pro. We love to see that, Mark. Man. How was it out there, buddy?
It was good, actually. I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I was a slow start, and then my co-angler started showing me how to get some bites. And then when I started fishing finally and getting them waking up, had a good one jump off. And then I also had about a 5-pounder come off about the boat. Length there, so.
Ooh, 678 was your bag of fish, 678 on the pro side. We'll see you tomorrow, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to kick it down for an interview with Miss Angie Morgan, and she's got our current co-angling leader, Seth Myers, who's coming in with 10.13 pounds.
And does he still have the big fish on the co-side?
He does, Angie. No, I don't know. They took that screen away from me, but I think he does.
He does. We're going to give it to
him.
him.
We'll run with that.
Absolutely.
Let's go with that.
All right, so we've got Seth here from the Bay Area, and I just found out this is his first time here at Lake Mead. So how was it out there today, Seth?
It was actually a very nice day. It wasn't too hot, blistering hot like it was on Tuesday. The Mother Nature can be quite brutal when she wants to be, but we braved it and we got the job done today.
All right, do you have what kind of technique did you use to catch that big fish on out there?
I was using a bottom bouncy lure. I don't know what you'd call it, but the technique I was using was actually kind of like reading Braille off the bottom of the rocks through the line into my fingers. It was beautiful.
Sounds beautiful. All right, so tell us a little bit. What time of day did you catch a bite? Was it all day? Was it consistent, or was it an early morning bite for you?
It was early morning bite. I had a limit by 8:30, and I had called 3 times by 9:30. So it was, and after that, I caught like 2 6-inchers, and that was it.
And you're going to do it again tomorrow, right?
I am going to do it again tomorrow.
All right. Good luck tomorrow. Back to you, Craig.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Seth. Nice way to start off the tournament, Seth. Well, let's get back to our weigh-in, folks. We've got, probably just under half of our field still to go, maybe 40% or so left to weigh in today. And coming up next at a boat number 47 is Joseph Cunningham. Coming to the scales next, we're counting up Joseph's fish. Looks like we've got 5 in the bag for Joseph Cunningham, 5 in the bag. Joseph fishes with us as a co-angler, right, Joseph? A limit on the co-side is a good start, my friend. You're looking for the leader of 10-13. You're not going to quite have that. You've got 788, 788. Best of luck to you tomorrow, Joseph.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you. Special thanks to Cawville Marina, City of Henderson, Henderson Fiesta, Ranger Boats, Evan Rude, Gary Yamamoto, and of course, Dobbins Rods. Coming up next, TV star in Arizona, Mr. Johnny Johnson. He is a past champion with the Wild West Bass Trail. He's got his own TV show, Fishing with Johnny Johnson, on in Arizona. He's been on camera 1 or 2 times before. Looks like a pretty good bag. Let's weigh it, and then I'll get to you. How's that? 689 for that bag of fish. 689. Pretty tough day?
I'll take it. I'll tell you that. That's how tough it was for me. Oh, TV host. Thank you. Appreciate it, Gary. Yeah, he says, were you a TV host or a professional angler today? Kind of. I told him I was somewhere in between. It was tough. My co-angler had a limit in the boat before I could get one in. So Robert did a great job. I'm really happy for him, and I know that he's up there in the points. So, hey, I'll take that limit. I live to fish another day.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, Johnny. Robert Nicholson coming up next to the sales. Robert is in the top 3 in our points for the co-angler side. He's within, I think, 6 points of the lead. Is that right, Robert?
Yeah, that's right.
I got it this time, don't I? He's not hurting himself, Gary said. He is absolutely not. 647 keeps Robert in the running. Tough day, but we wish you better luck tomorrow, Robert.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
Thank you, sir. Laith Moore coming to the scales next. Laith Moore out of boat 38, another former champion of the Wild West Bass Trail. Laith Moore comes from Southern California as well, right, Laith? Yeah, that's right. Travels far to go anywhere we go, really. Laith's bag of fish is going to go 831. 831 for that bag of fish, Laith. Pretty tough day?
Caught some fish. Just didn't, I actually lost a nice one. But, got some bites. Got lots of bites, but... got some ground to make up tomorrow. Fished with Jason Lazzarini, cool guy. We had a great time. I want to say hi to my wife. She came out. Love you, baby. And then say hi to my uncle at home. All the guys in the garage. They're all watching, rooting me on. Good luck tomorrow, I'll do my best, guys.
Thanks for the support at home. We'll see you tomorrow, Laith. Bye-bye. Jason Lazzarini coming to the scales next. Jason fishes with us, a co-angler. He was also in boat 38 with Laith Moore. Jason is bringing 1 fish to the scale. A little bit of a tough day, huh, Jason?
Yeah, that was a long drive for that 1 fish, but I got it, so I'm proud of it.
So you'd be proud of that. 159 is that fish. 159. Thank you, Jason. Next up is our current points leader on the professional side. He comes from Arizona. He's a Ranger Boat, Gary Yamamoto, Dobbins Rods Pro, Ty Ow. You got a limit in there, Ty?
Got a limit.
Can I say it the right way? You say it the right way for me. Say it. Ty. Ow! Ow! I love that. Ty's limit goes 926. Ty, that's going to have you right around 14th place. It looks like 14th place going in. We wish you better luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, the fish that found me in practice never found me today, so we'll find when we get tomorrow, hopefully.
Best of luck. Thank you. John Albadrez coming up next. John Albadrez. He's got. Let us both grab you at the same time, John. Looks like you got a decent bag there, huh?
Well, I got 3 fish and a couple of good ones in there, so I'm happy to get what I got.
John's 3 fish going to go 544 on the co-angler side. 544. Nicely done. Good luck tomorrow, John. All right, we're getting down to maybe the last 10, 15 anglers here, folks. Getting through our weigh-in. Coming to the scales next. Russ Barger coming out of Idaho and fishing with us, right, Russ?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Long drive every time, fishing with us in many circuits for many years. Russ Barger fishes as a pro angler, of course. He's got a nice bag. 823 for Russ Barger. Russ, that's going to have you right around 16th, 17th place as they take that screen from me.
I'm going to have to go practicing again tomorrow because I struggle to get the.
Another deep, bassy voice, man. I like that.
Anyway, I'm back to looking again tomorrow.
Well, best of luck in the hunt. Dominic Mohammed's coming up next. Dominic is what we call a Delta rat fisherman. He wears it right on the hat. Dominic Mohammed's. Tough day, huh, Dominic?
Yeah, I had fun. Probably caught 30 fish. I enjoyed fishing with Russ Barger. Tons of stories. He could write a book.
266 for that fish. 266.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. I need a name. Kent Hudson coming up next. Kent Hudson coming to the scales. Ranger Boat Pro. Got one fish. It was a tough day for Kent. 136 for that fish. 136. Better luck tomorrow, huh, Kent?
Yeah, we're going to hit hard tomorrow, so just see what we heads up, what we can do. So
we'll see you then. 166. Coming up next, Jamie Clifton comes to the scale. Jamie Clifton fishing with us as a pro angler out of boat 42. A little bit of a lighter bag for Jamie, a more petite, feisty bag. 272 for Jamie.
The sad part is that I did better on the practice than I did here, and that I didn't do good in practice either. So it hits a tough one, but a good thing there's 2 days, so we just got to come whack on tomorrow.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow. See how it goes tomorrow. Thanks, Jamie. Coming to us, a Northern California professional angler. He comes from the Stockton, Elk Grove area, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Ken Ma. How was it out there, Ken?
Man, hey, Lake Mead lives up to its reputation. I need to get a mouthpiece sponsor. You better buckle your chin strap when you come to this lake, while the wind is blowing this morning. I'm real happy with what I have.
You should be. That's a good bag, Ken. That's going to have you. It was 975, was it?
975.
975, and that's going to have you sitting in 10th place.
Yeah, that's solid. I always say day one's for show, day two's for dough. So, obviously the more you catch on day one, the less you got to catch on day two. But
now, if I remember last year, you had like 16 pounds on day two. Is that right?
I hope that happens again.
I was right.
Yeah. So. Tomorrow we got to see how the weather was. Everybody's got to make adjustments, but again, real happy with my starting weight.
Well, thank you, Ken. A Ranger Boat, Lucas Marine Product Pro. We appreciate you.
Yep, thanks.
We'll see you tomorrow. Best of luck. Coming up next at a boat 54, Robert Ratliff fishing with us. Robert follows us everywhere. Ron Ratliff. I'm so sorry, Ron.
Dude.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Ron goes with us everywhere. I know Ron. Long day, long day. 352 for Mr. Ratliff. 352.
All right. I want to thank Wild West. I want to thank my beautiful wife for coming up here and hanging with me. And I want to thank Ken for a great day out on the water again.
Thank you, Ron. We appreciate you. We appreciate these guys that drive around everywhere. It's great. Moving through last year's Angler of the Year, Northern California champion, Angler of the Year, coming to us out of Boat 45 and the San Francisco Bay Area, Jason Cordiali. Ranger Boat Pro. Look at that hat. I love that Ranger hat. Let's weigh your fish, Jason. 749. I know you probably wanted better, but that doesn't kill you on day one.
No, I just, all I got to say is a lot of junk fishing today.
A lot of junk fishing. Well, better luck tomorrow, Jason. Thank you. One of our picks, if you watched the Evan Rude Last Cast pregame show, one of our picks, specifically my pick, and I'm not feeling too good about that pick right now, Justin. 4 in the bag?
Just 3. But
3.
Tomorrow's a different day, and I second guess myself all day. And if you do that at Mead, you're done. And I was done about 8:30, so I'm happy to get what I got.
Rough start for our Ranger Boat Pro. 476 for Justin Kerr. 476. Thanks, Justin. We'll see you tomorrow. We got 3 anglers left, folks. 3 anglers left, and we call it a day here. Brandon Smith is up next. Boat 43. Brandon Smith, 2nd place in Angler of the Year. Yes. 2nd place in Angler of the Year coming into this event on the co-angler side. His bag is not going to kill him. It keeps him in the hunt. 506. 506. Nicely done.
Not too bad today. He had me around the right fish. I dumped 2 that I needed that were probably bigger than my bag. So.
Well, better luck tomorrow, Brandon. It's a tight race on that co-side. Thank you. Marty Lawrence coming up next. Marty Lawrence comes to the scales. Marty's got a bag. Is there a limit in there, Marty?
Yeah, there's 5 in there.
There's 5. Now, do you and Gary want to share the nickname that you call each other in your text messages, Marty?
Not on film, no.
You want to do that? Yeah. No. It is has to do with pencil head or something like that. Marty Lawrence and Gary Dobbins, good buddies. 933 is a good bag, Marty. It's a good bag indeed. That's going to have you sitting up near the top, right around top 15 in this tournament so far. See you tomorrow. Our last angler to weigh in, folks. Our last angler for the Lucas Oil Western Classic. Robert Morris comes to the scale out of boat 41. Robert, looks like a good bag for our last bag.
Yeah, it's a good bag.
It is a good bag. He fishes with us as a co-angler. He's got a good bag on the co-side. 875. 875 is going to have you sitting in second place, Robert. That's a pretty good day.
I was just happy to catch some fish.
He's happy to catch some fish, and he's sitting in second. Thank you, sir. Best of luck to you tomorrow. Okay. We thank you all. We thank Evinrude, Ranger Boats, Colville Marina, the City of Henderson, and the Henderson Fiesta. We are the Wild West Bass Trail. I'm Craig Gottwals. He's Ken Ma. Gary Dobbins has run away. He's off the stage. Thank you so much. We will be right back on Facebook tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. with the weigh-in immediately afterward. Same routine on Sunday. Thank you, folks. Wild West Bass Trail Championship on Lake Mead. See you tomorrow.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.